Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to talk about a little something different. It's not fishing, so you don't have to watch it if you're not into this type of thing. But a lot of people don't know that my other passion is coaching. Coaching baseball, I love it. I love coaching baseball, basketball, football, whatever I get, but baseball is my thing. And this is a message to all the coaches out there. And I see far too many coaches nowadays that just don't get it, whether it be rec ball or travel ball or whatever it is. You just don't get it, and you need to get it. And you need to understand what you're doing, because you're doing a disservice to these kids. Coaching is about way more than winning and losing. I love to win. I can't recall a losing season I've ever had. Won a lot of championships, but more than anything, I can say that I'm trying to not create a great baseball player. I'm trying to create a great young man. When the main thing that we install in our teams every year in year out is win with class, lose with class. We do it every year. I mean, it's our saying. It's what we live by. And sometimes the little players in the dugout, they'll get it wrong. They know what we're saying, but they can't remember how to say the saying. But I will say this, coaches, stop worrying about winning all the time. Winning will take care of itself if you take care of doing what you need to do with these kids. If you take care of these kids and teach them to be young men and teach them about life, winning will take care of itself. And if you lose, you still won if you created a good young man. It's okay to push on kids. It's okay to push on them and get the best out of them. But it's also okay to pat them on the back sometimes and tell them it's okay. You need to treat your 12th man like he's your first guy. That's number one also. You got to treat him like he's your number one guy too. Because one day, it's going to be at the bottom of the batting order, and you're going to need him to do a job also. Instead of looking at him like, oh gosh, he's an automatic out. He ain't. One day he'll need him to get a hit, and he will get that hit. Because if you believe in him long enough, he'll do the job. Don't discount that. Always treat these kids like they're your own kid. Love on them. And pat them on the back. I follow the 2-to-1 rule. Every time I give somebody, I critique them one time and give them something they need to improve on. I give them 2 positives right after it. You can find it in anything. If they sling a bat against the fence, get on them. Push on them a little bit. Teach them that it's not good. But then also try to find 2 positives in that. Hey, man, if you hit the ball swinging that hard, it's gone. Hey, I'm tell you what, that was great. You had a good loose grip on the bat. So, I'll tell you what, just make sure you hold on to it a little longer. Stop critiquing the fire of these kids and thinking that they're just going to keep playing. My wife sent me a saying one time that said, being a great coach isn't judged by wins and losses. It's judged by how many players want to come back and play the next year. And I can honestly say I don't think I've ever had a kid quit and not want to come back the next year. I had players that I've coached in the past that still come practice with me, and they don't even play on my team. They show up at practice every year. They show up at practice. I had 2 or 3 come this year. Come to our practice. Hey, coach, can we come practice with you? Oh, absolutely. You need to learn something about your kids, because sometimes the best part of their day is them 2 hours they spend between the lines with you. You may be the dad figure in their life. You may be the mom figure in their life. You're changing lives. You're not just teaching baseball. And baseball is the closest thing to life there is. If you work really hard, good things will happen. Everybody's not going to be an all-star. Everybody's not going to be a star. But everybody has a part of that team. They do something well. It is your job as a coach to figure it out. Stop leaving kids behind. Secondly, everybody say, oh, T, you're a great coach. I had 6 coaches on my team this year, and a ton of good parents. I had 6. That's not me being a great coach. That's me having great help. I got a great team. I had 6. I mean, seriously. I had my wife. I had some of my players. And don't discount a team mom. Team moms are amazing. They deserve credit for everything they do, because I can't coach on the field if my dugout's doing backflips over there. They keep them quiet, calm. They keep their heads in the game, and they let them have fun. I got coaches that keep me cool, keep me advised of things, that help me coach things that I'm not great at coaching. As much as I know and love about baseball, I'm not good at everything. I mean, everybody has their part. And so stop thinking you know everything. Stop screaming at these kids at the top of your lungs. Love on them a little bit. If they strike out and they cry, it's okay. It's okay to cry. That means they care. If they didn't care, they wouldn't cry. Man, the one that walks off and don't care, that's the ones that don't care. But it's your job to figure them out. If they cry a little bit, give them a hug. Teach them it's okay. I've had players that, the best batters in the league, and they don't hit it, and they cry. It's okay. Michael Jordan cried in 1996 when he won the NBA championship. He's a grown man and the greatest basketball player to ever play the game. He cried. Does that make him not a man? Does that make him not tough? No, he cared. And it's okay to care. It's okay to care about your players, make them family. We like to have a baseball camp every summer. You know what? Because some of these kids, if you don't do something with them, they'll be lost. Because you don't know where they came from. You don't know where they lay down at night. You don't know the trouble they go through and the lives they go through. So learn something about your kids. Care about your kids. Make them part of your family. When you see them and they've moved on to different teams, watch them play. Stand there and watch them play for a couple minutes. It'll make their day. Some of them don't got parents that don't come to games. Some of them just, I had the greatest coach ever. His name is Frank Wheeler. I still see him to this day and call him coach. He made the biggest impact on my life. It's been over 30 years since he coached me. I would have never made it as far as I did in baseball without him, because he believed in me. I also had another one. His name is Mr. Hempill. He was the one that let me catch first. He believed in me. And when these guys, they believe in you, they make a bigger impact. I mean, it's been 35 years since I've seen Mr. Hempill. Haven't seen him in a long time. I see Mr. Frank a lot, but he hasn't coached me in 30 years. But he made an impact on me. So you make an impact on these kids. Stop leaving kids behind. Care about them. Love them a little bit. Fight for them. Go to war for your kids. Let them see you'll go to war for them. And they'll go to war for you. And then they're going to grow up to be great adults and productive members of society. Guys, thanks for listening to this. This is kind of a rant, because I'm tired of the way coaches are acting toward these little kids. It don't matter if they're high schoolers. You can do the same thing. Care about them. Find out something about them. Some people, they're just having a bad day. And it's okay. Care about them a little bit. Learn a little bit about them. Treat them like they're yours. And stop expecting these kids to be major leaguers. They're 8. They're not 18 and 28 and 35. They're 8. Some of them, they're having trouble writing their shoes. You want them to turn double plays. Everybody ain't an all-star. Guys, thanks for listening to my rant. Ring the bell.